At Shelter Insurance, our agents take your business very personally. They always put people first, make things affordable, and protect your car, home, and family like they were their own. They'll do everything possible to ensure that you stay in the game, rain or shine. Finding the right agent is easy once you know where to look. Just go to shelterinsurance.com to find one near you. Seek shelter today.
Get the insurance coverage you need at the right price. Call Nancy Allison today.
Imagine style so eloquent that functionality is secondary. Imagine expert guidance and a process that's all about you. Imagine exceptional quality at a price you can feel good about. Imagine immense satisfaction. Mark Hall Cabinetry, where everything you imagine materializes.
Closed captioning provided by eNet, your pay-as-you-go work comp specialists.
All right, today the tile was all set. Actually, this room's been set 2 days now. They're working on grouting it. They're doing a sanded grout in here. They've already worked the grout into all the joints. You let it set a little while, then you come back with a sponge and you clean all the excess off. And it takes a couple of passes. You'll do one pass that you'll try and move all that heavy grout off, and then you'll come back and do another at least 1 to 2 passes of trying to get all the rest of the haze off that you can. No matter how hard you try, you're going to be coming back a third day to do a final clean on it. It will always haze up on that third day. Just a final light mopping or another sponging will take that off. When you grout, you'll actually mix up your grout. It'll be kind of like toothpaste consistency. You'll kind of be able to run your finger through there and it'll actually hold that shape for a minute. That's about the consistency that you want. You put it onto the floor and you work it on an angle. Right now they already got a grout and they're cleaning it, but even when you do your cleaning on the grout, you usually want to go diagonally to the joints, because the goal is to take off the excess but not pull it out of the joint. So you'll keep pulling it off. By doing it angly, it's always resting on 2 tiles, so it's not pulling too much out. When you get done, sometimes you may want to go in there and shape things and make them look a little better and pull a little grout out, and you can do that. But ideally, you want to kind of do an angle so that you don't pull too much out. Because the grout is real important in making this a strong product and finishing product. And then continue to clean and wipe it off. And it's, tiles that have imperfection in it, so then you may come back and actually shape it just a little bit to make everything look perfect. Welcome back. We're at John and Toby's, and today we're putting in cabinets. With cabinets always comes a plan. We have a plan here that has the layout of the cabinets. On each cabinet box or piece itself has a code or number on it, which is usually its size. And then we have this diagram that tells us exactly where all those pieces go. Next to that, they also give us what they call an elevation drawing, which is a 3-dimensional drawing. And this drawing shows the cabinets, and it also shows what sort of trim pieces and where the trim pieces are going, because we're actually doing crown on this, but they're not going to put crown labels on that other diagram. It's just going to show the box, each individual box. So when you start laying out cabinets, you have to double check all your measurements wall to wall. You don't want to get in here and find out that your cabinets aren't going to make it all the way across, or that there was some sort of error in the measurements and you have too many cabinets that maybe be too large and will not fit in there at all. Well, you might as well stop then, get pieces ordered, because it takes a considerable amount of time to get new pieces in here. Again, on your layout, a lot of times you'll try and do things like be symmetrical, so that the cabinets on the left of the window have the same space from the cabinets on the right, and they're getting ready to put in this corner cabinet, and we'll see that those distances should be pretty close to each other. When you're installing cabinet boxes, you take the doors off as you go so that you can actually screw the face frames together. You will clamp these faces together, and you'll work these cabinet boxes back and forth until the face frames are flush. So sometimes the sheetrock looks perfectly plumb and straight, but it's actually got some waves in it. You'll never be in a house that the sheetrock is perfectly straight. There's always some curves in there. So you'll have to put shims behind the cabinet, maybe on the top or the bottom, to make sure that you get all of these face frames nice and flush so it looks really good when it's done. You can use a variety of different clamps to actually work the face frames. These are specially designed for cabinets in that they can go around both sides. They actually grab the face just behind the face, and then you can snug this front clamp up and it will actually help push those face frames together. On top of that, on the side, it's got a little like a jig where you can actually drill in, start your hole through this tighter spot for your screw, open it up, actually countersink it a little if you need to, and you can actually put your face frame screw in there and then remove the clamp. It just makes things a little quicker and easier. So it's very important to be very meticulous when you're installing cabinets. Start out level, start out plumb as you can have them, and then you actually manipulate them just a little bit so that all the cabinet boxes meet up the way that they should. On John Toby's house, we have a nice finish here in that we're going to have a refrigerator panel. That's this piece here, connected to a deeper cabinet above where the refrigerator will go. And to the right, we also have a built-in, or it's going to be a pantry, and it's got the deeper depth than these cabinets here. So when you slide that refrigerator in, it almost feels like it's built in. It kind of hides one side of it. Again, kind of that custom feel by having to feel like that refrigerator slide in as part of the actual kitchen package.
Brought to you in part by Carpet One Floor and Home Columbia. Best brands, best service. The one store for your perfect floor. Forum Christian Church, intentionally connecting people to Jesus.
Steve's Pest Control. Now you have a friend in the pest control business.
And Withrow Electric. No job too small.